What's up guys, Houndish here, and today, well, you may be wondering, what are Bungie's plans to support Destiny 2 moving forward now that Edge of Fate has dropped? In this video, we're going to break down what Bungie have told us about seasonal content, updates that they'll be dropping in the next couple of months, as well as the major updates that Bungie outlined on their roadmap. Bungie's plan moving forward is certainly different to what we've seen in the past. Of course, there are the major content drops like Edge of Fate and Renegades that we're going to get in December of this year. We now have a few more details about the major updates that the game will see, and the kind of content that will actually be delivered on those updates, as well as Bungie's focus on more live events coming to the game. On top of that though, we'll get additional changes. Bungie have a pipeline of patches and adjustments to the systems in the game right now. And so in this video, we're going to break down everything that we currently know about them, as obviously there are loads of opinions and feelings about the systems right now. And I suppose another component of that is what the rest of the actual content pipeline is going to look like, and that'll be a pretty major element informing how players continue to engage with Destiny. So if you enjoy this video guys, a rating really does help me out. Now though, let's get into it. Bungie did give us a kind of short-term roadmap of a few things which are worth keeping in mind. Firstly, on July 29th, we'll see Arms Week, a new type of event that's kind of a weapon-focused thing. The first event will focus on hand cannons, of course, and we've gone into a bunch of details about that event in separate videos, so I'll link one down below if you want to check it out. But also for the same week, on August 1st, Trials will return with a new armor set and tiered weapons to earn. Plus we'll see the addition of the coil activity in fire team ups. Then, as we move through August, very clearly, Solstice is going to be one of the major pieces of content that Bungie introduce. And there will be probably more interesting sandbox components of this event this time around, as the armor set for the event does have new set bonuses. Plus, events like Arms Week and Solstice will have holofoil weapons, and for those who are high enough power, the ability to earn higher tier rewards. And that might make them a bit more engaging than what we've seen in previous years. I'll have a separate preview of Solstice soon as well, but then from September 2nd, Bungie will bring back Heavy Metal, the Briggs vs Drakes event, and starting on September 9th, there will be the Ash and Iron major update. Before we get into what that new content may look like, Bungie say, with the Ash and Iron update, we'll be able to start to earn power all the way to 550. Regular rewards from portal activities will be able to drop up to 500 power total, and Prime Engrams will again award gear up to the hard cap of 550. Those who reach 500 power will be rewarded with regular drops of the highest tier of weapons and armor, which will be tier 5. This gear comes with both unique aesthetic qualities and the highest stats, so being able to consistently farm them will be an aspirational journey for the most ambitious Guardians. So in some ways, Bungie are almost saying that they anticipate most players who want to get tier 5 loot, for example, are probably going to start being able to do it after Ash and Iron actually drops because of that power increase. Although technically it will be possible before then for players who hit the 450 power cap right now. I'm hoping that with Ash and Iron specifically, Bungie aren't going to require us to hit 500 power in order to earn tier 5 rewards, which are new in that update. And obviously in general, I'm hoping that they'll provide an update regarding tying power levels to tiers in general, because I know that's causing frustration for players at the moment, but we're just going to have to wait and see. If you're curious what we'll actually be doing in Ash and Iron, Bungie said we'll return to the Plaguelands and pick up where Edge of Fate leaves off. There'll be a new activity called Reclaim, as well as a new exotic mission, new gear, and more. And Bungie described the Reclaim activity as a 3-player mission where resources are limited and playing as a team is required for success. So I'm curious to see what that's going to be about, but also Bungie said that the portal in this update will expand with additional activities, customization options, and new weapons and armor, and the ultimate difficulty level will be accessible across all of Solo, Fireteam, and Pinnacle Ops. So on top of a small offering of new content, there'll be further updates to the sort of systems and the portal in general. Additionally, Bungie had said there will be dungeon content coming to the portal later this season with a September timeframe, and the focus will be on encounters from multiple dungeons. So as opposed to complete dungeons being featured, it sounds like they're going to sort of cherry pick certain bosses or encounters and add them as individual activities. But additionally, after the Ash and Iron update drops, Iron Banner will return, so we can of course expect that to be updated with new rewards. It may even use the event track and event home system that we're seeing for other events in the game. So that will be an additional component that we'll start getting during the Ash and Iron era. On top of that, the major updates will bring additional rewards passes. So I believe if you own Year of Prophecy, you'll get access to those, but they'll cost 1,000 silver as an individual purchase. And something else that Bungie will drop during this time is the Epic Raid. So Bungie said this will add new content and rewards to the raid after Ash and Iron launches when the time is right. It sounds like they may be tying this to the power band. And for the Epic Raid, Bungie said they'll be adding a challenge update, new rewards, mechanics, new feats, and potentially even new encounters. That was the last thing they said, but this was about a year ago, so it's not entirely clear how much of that will still be true. They also indicated that the exotic weapon, the Whirling Ovation, will actually get its catalyst from this variant of the activity as well. So that's sort of what we know about Ash and Iron and the update that'll drop in September, and relatively speaking at this point, that's only a little over a month away. Another important thing that players probably forgot about, but Bungie said that on September 9th, before Ash and Iron actually drops, they plan to have a major reveal for the Renegades expansion, which is coming in December. So that'll be our first proper look at the next content update, which obviously will make it a pretty important day. And given that after September, Renegades will actually be the next most important content drop. So December 2nd is the release date, and Bungie have said the story in this expansion will be integral to the Fate Saga. Despite the fact that there is inspiration and homage to the Star Wars franchise, Renegades will introduce new characters, innovative activities, and evolved mechanics designed to surprise and delight players. Obviously, loads of stuff we don't know about Renegades yet, but a couple of notes worth keeping in mind. They've said, Assyrian ciphers and Nightfall ciphers will not have a use in Edge of Fate, but Bungie have kept them in our inventory because they have plans for them in Renegades, and they say they'll give us more info about that when their plans are more advanced. So if you do have any of those left over, be sure to hold on to them because they will indeed be useful again, albeit in a few months' time. Otherwise, in Renegades, we will additionally see a vault space increase. On top of that, Bungie indicated there will be additional quality of life features, so that'll be something else to look out for. And then, beyond Renegades, of course, there'll be another major update, which will be in March of 2026, so a ways out from now, but where they're planning another event which introduces novelty and allows the team to experiment with legacy raid and dungeon offerings to create aspirational challenges. So this will be another rad event, similar to Pantheon or even Rite of the Nine, which are two different variants of a similar concept. And this is important to mention because there's a lot of discussion right now from players about bringing older rewards back into the game in the tiering system and at the current power levels and all that. And if Bungie's plan to do a rad event right at the end of the year is still in place, that's probably the earliest point that we'll actually see any raid or dungeon activity rewards actually reprised and brought up to the new system. So there we have it. That's kind of what we know right now about the year ahead. I also think there's a good chance that we're going to see quite significant sandbox updates and adjustments to a lot of the systems that we've had in Edge of Fate during this timeline, given the amount of feedback there is in the community about it. But let me know in the comment section, do you think this pipeline looks like it'll be able to hold your interest in Destiny 2 moving forward? I'd love to get your thoughts in the comment section, and if you found the video helpful, a rating really does help us out on the channel. But otherwise, cheers for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.